Full series available now on BBC iPlayer.
Now on BBC Two, Jason Mohammed presents highlights from the Snooker World Championships.
Hello, good evening and welcome to highlights of day 2 of the 2018 Betfred World Snooker Championship. And what an eventful weekend we've had here at the Crucible. The defending champion Mark Selby dumped out of the competition by Joe Perry yesterday. And another former champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan, was in trouble against Scotland's Stephen Maguire. The Rocket, going for his 6th World Championship crown, was 6-3 down overnight. The big question today: could he mount a fight back against Maguire? Well, he took the first 3 frames to make it 6-all. They then shared the next 2 to make it 7 apiece. Let's show you what happens in frame 15. Maguire to play. He's leading. Commentary from Dennis Taylor and John Barrett.
Well, he did take the pot on there, which was quite surprising. He had an easy safety shot. He thought he might be able to drop this in, get on the black, but having hit it thin, he was always going to stick the red up.
One.
And that's worked out a treat. It's developed one of the reds. And the other 2 that are together are not too badly placed.
Seven.
They might look
8.
safe, those 2 reds, but there's enough room there to leave the white somewhere, and he'd leave one to the middle or one to the corner.
He actually can play off this red here, Dennis. Nice angle on the blue, sort of half ball, drop the
13.
blue in and play in that area. And it is all about
14.
Well, he's played it to leave himself straighter on the blue, but he can get in behind, same place. And this is the key shot to this frame.
Yeah, anywhere in that area, he was always going to leave one of
19.
the reds on.
Well, he'll take that. He thought that was a kick of some nature. The ball jumped off the table there, and then he got a little flick. You could see it bounce, but where he's finished is fine. And as I mentioned earlier, this frame was always a danger zone for Stephen Maguire. There was no ball colour safe, none of the others' colours safe, and if Ronnie O'Sullivan got a chance, the counter clearance was there the way he's been hitting it this morning.
This is an awkward one, though. It's back into a blind pocket. He's looking down the side of the red, and the pocket's to the left, so you can't really see the pocket in your eye line. But not a problem. When I say not a problem, it's going to have to be a long straight blue now. Well, if he takes these colours, he's going to get himself in front for the very first time in this match.
35.
He needs the green, brown, blue and pink.
38. 42. 47.
And that's the one he wanted. So from 6-3 down, all of a sudden, the rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan gets himself into the lead, and he leads Stephen Maguire by 8 frames to 7.
Classic O'Sullivan, the comeback very much on. Into the next frame, Maguire to play, and he's on a break of 17.
Stephen Maguire, 17.
Once again, took his eye off the pot, just concentrating on what he was doing with the cue ball, and oh, that could be costly. Balls flying everywhere. That's if he can get past the pink. Must be tight.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got to put a bit of swerve on it, Dennis. Otherwise, he'd have been down playing that already. Yep.
Now that looks like a straightforward shot, but it's not. Having to play it with side, he had to swerve that slightly. And that missed blue could be very, very costly, as we show. He's playing with lots of right-hand side just to swerve it past the pink to make the potting angle.
7. Eight.
Oh, this is finishing awkward, is it? He doesn't have too much to do with the cue ball.
For all Ronnie's good play this morning as well, and he has played really well. Some of the clearances have been great. Most of Steve Maguire's problems 15. Have been self-inflicted. That blew off the spot there. Reddy missed 16. In the corner going up for blue earlier. But the shots he's played really well in this match. It's tough to be that critical of him because he has played well, but ultimately, when you're playing at this level, when your chances come, you can't miss blues off the spot like that.
23. .24. Top. .31. .32. .39.
Just finished a little awkward because the blue's not on the spot, so that red into the right middle is not easy to get nicely onto colour off that. That's why he's taking the slightly more difficult pot.
40.
Once again, he's just a little bit short and a little bit
42.
too far. Played for the one into the left corner, which is the one he's still going to take by the looks of things. The white just ran on about 6 inches further than he intended.
.43.
I know they were saying he looked very relaxed yesterday, but I thought he looked a little bit edgy yesterday. Certainly not edgy this morning, John. I think he looks more relaxed today than he did yesterday.
I know. It's a remarkable thing, isn't it? Because he's playing under the utmost of pressure, but because he's so fluent and so natural, you just think it's different for him than anybody else. It's not. You know, he's
47.
trying as hard as anybody to win, but he goes about it in such a manner that looks so easy and economical that you think it must be easy. It's not. He's just producing great snooker when he needs it the most.
Yeah, look at the pot success rate, 95%.
And he was already the 5-2 was general price with the bookmakers before this year's championship for Ronnie to win it. And he'll be a lot shorter than that if he comes through this match, and I think he'll fly in this tournament.
55.
Certainly if he's been 4-0 down and 6-3 down with a chance of going out of the tournament and you turn it round and win the match. Okay, this one's not over yet, but it'll give him
56.
bags more confidence.
Just glancing at the scoreboard just to see exactly what he needs. A couple of pots would do it. Yeah, this is the sort of form that he showed throughout the season. I mean, to win 5 ranking titles, incredible.
62.
I think Ding was the last. Ding Junhui was the last player to do it a few seasons ago.
I think Mark Selby might be another one. He was he last year, the same thing, 5 of them or something. But anyway, in good company, whoever they are. This is just the best snooker of the match when he needs it the most. That's why he's that good.
71.
Stephen can't have too many complaints. He's had his chances. Just hasn't taken them as well as he should have done today.
77.
It's a miss.
77.
But it doesn't matter. With a wonderful break, the contribution of 77 from Ronnie O'Sullivan. And from looking in trouble in this match, it looks like he's straight into the winning post. He now leads Steve Maguire by 9 frames to 7.
And Stephen Maguire looking incredibly glum. And once O'Sullivan got in front today, you just got the feeling it was to be Ronnie's day. He simply punished Maguire when the Scot missed his chances. And the Rocket went from wanting to give fans their money back after an awful start on day 1 to battle back on day 2 and see off Maguire and keep the dream alive of lifting yet another Crucible title.
The pressure was on me, and I was forced to try and find something. Otherwise, that could have been a 9-0 yesterday quite easily, you know. So I was just pleased to get 3 frames by yesterday. I was thinking, I thought I've had a right touch, you know. So I come in here this morning thinking, you know, just see if you can produce a little bit of what you kind of done in them 3 frames burst, and see where it takes you, you know.
I was surprised that I was 6-3 up, to be honest, because I surprised myself. He was rubbish. The first few frames he was just garbage, and he gave me the lead, and he improved a little bit, got himself back into the match, and then all he did there was just improve, and I stayed the same. So I think it's a fair result. Stephen didn't play great, I didn't play great. It was probably a decent match to watch, but you know, that's not going to win me the world title. But you know, there's always a chance to play yourself in. You know, if you manage to get to the quarters or semis, you know, you'd have played a lot of frames.
Yes, a fighting comeback by Ronnie O'Sullivan, and he lives to fight another day. And he will play the winner of the match between Ali Carter and the 2006 world champion, Graham Dott. And again, it would need another tremendous comeback from 6-3 down if the captain was to fly into the second round. Well, he won 3 frames to make it 6-all, then it went 8-all. We joined it in frame 17. Carter to play, commentary from Dennis Taylor and Peter Ebdon.
Might just give him the frame that top. 1.
9, 10. $15, 16, 23, 24, 31, 32,
He's taking these very nicely indeed.
39, 40.
It was an awkward frame at the start, but they're just as important as the ones that are won with one visit.
$47, 49, 52,
Won't be able to get up onto the blue. Just had to roll the
56.
brown in. Doesn't matter about the blue, but it'd be nice if we could knock one like this in. It's not finished yet though. 6 pockets. Whoa, nearly.
Ali Carter, 56.
Well, what a performance from Ali Carter. He was 6 frames to 2 down. And now he leads Graham Dott by 9 frames to 8 and just needs 1 to get through to the second round.
Yes, Graham Dott looking a little disillusioned and Ali Carter looking very, very confident. Into the next frame. Carter to play and there is no score.
That is a beauty. Nice cannon here. Could give himself an early chance. Might be able to get back up into the business end of the table. In a couple of shots time, he's running away from the high valued colours here when he pots this.
Nine.
It needs to pull up. It needs to pull up. And it has. Because of the angle he had on the red there, he couldn't hold for pink or blue.
$12.
18.
That's amazing there. They potted the exact number of balls each.
He
struck that beautifully, that one, because he didn't get on the red as he intended. He was hoping to leave it straight to go through for the black, and couldn't have played that any better. Could develop into a terrific chance here. Just needs that one frame to get a little bit of revenge for losing to Graham last year, 10-7.
Graham will be fearing the worst. Long way to go yet. But what a sensational comeback this has been from Ali Carter. 6-2 down earlier in the match against one of the grittiest, toughest match players the game has ever seen.
32. Yeah.
This really is some show of character. Just needs to keep himself together now. It's not easy out there. There is lots and lots and lots of pressure.
Has it gone wrong?
39.
To show you he wanted to hit the red to the left full ball and he would have been perfect. I think he's still got one that'll go into the left corner, but he's going to have to cannon into the reds there behind the pink. So this could be the key to possibly winning the match at this visit. So you would think he'd finish on pink or blue.
Perfect.
Not absolutely perfect by any means.
It's there.
Ali has beaten Graham Dott on 4 occasions. Graham has won 6 encounters, in fact 2 of them in the World Championship. I mentioned about last year losing 10-7 to Graham. Graham also beat him in 2011, 13-11. So they've had some terrific matches, these two. Just about okay, almost overscrewed it slightly. 49 the difference, creeping closer to the winning post. Just giving himself that little bit of extra time, not rushing things.
Yay. 50.
Yep, just steady yourself. Don't rush into things. Just a little bit of adrenaline there, just overscrewed that. Throws the chalk up.
56.
And now he can pot the red, but the white's heading into the reds and pink, so just that bit of adrenaline there and overscrewing that.
Yeah, good shot.
57.
Is he on the pink into the yellow pocket? I think he is just.
But I don't think he can develop a red. That's what he's looking at, so he can't get, and he needs one more red if he should pot the pink. But where's it going to come from?
Would you be putting the green safe here, Dennis?
That's an option, but he's taking the pot on. And going to play safe off the reds. 63 ahead with 67 remaining, and there's no colour or red near a cushion, so he took the 6 extra points there.
Well, after knocking in such an incredible opening long red, what a fantastic contribution this has been from Ali Carter under the most extreme pressure.
Yeah, pushed the red towards the side cushion.
63.
And now that's sportsmanship here. Graham Dott tapping the table with his cue and acknowledgement of that safety shot. That's what this great game of snooker is all about, sportsmanship as well as the ability and skill of these players.
I think, to be perfectly honest, Dennis, Graham, being the great sportsman that he is, it was also a tap on the table for the wonderful contribution. What a fantastic break that was under pressure.
He's going to take this on, is he? Can he see enough of the red to the left of the pink? Wow, what a shot. What an incredible shot. Where did he get that from? That was amazing. Now he's got to stay on the black now.
6.
Surely the pocket dynamo cannot clear up here under pressure to go to a decider.
He's now looking at the score to see if he can take one pink, but he's got to get the high valued one, the black.
7.
I bet he can't believe that Graham knocked that red in.
Well, if there's ever been a match here that epitomises the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, this has been it. Both players have been absolutely brilliant and absolutely granite. What a match.
And that's okay.
$14.
49, the difference, 51 remaining, so doesn't have to be all blacks.
50.
If this red passes the pink and he can finish on the pink, he can bring that difficult red into play that's up near the left side cushion. Wow, there's a lot to do, but if he could clear up from here, it'd be one of the all-time great clearances.
22.
Oh!
Graham Dott, 22.
Done all the hard work. Had the angle on the pink to bring the difficult red into play. A little lapse in concentration there from Graham. Oh, if that red drops, every chance we were going to have a deciding frame. Still might have.
Well, you've just seen one of the great shots in this match. What a shot that was.
Foul.
I think
Carter,
Graham is
5.
still reeling over that missed red. And all of a sudden, 46 the difference with just 43 on the table. He may have played his last shot, Graham. He's still thinking about the easy red he missed, but what an effort it was. That should be the one that wins the match for Ali Carter.
Well played, Ali Carter. You have been absolutely sensational in this match. Graham Dott has played tremendously well. What a match we've had here. We've been treated to at the Crucible this year between these two world-class players. Fantastic stuff.
Doesn't matter about the red.
Ali Carter, 4.
Graham Dott coming back to the table, but barring snookers, it's Ali Carter that goes through to round 2 to face Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Peter Ebdon, absolutely correct. What a fine match, and it proved to be a day of great comebacks as Carter sealed an excellent victory over Dott to book his place in the second round, where he will meet Ronnie O'Sullivan, repeating the finals of 2008 and 2012. Look at those celebrations. Wonderful stuff from Ali Carter at the Crucible.
I was 6-2 down in that match, and I've won 10-8. So I've won the last, 10 frame. I've won 8-2. Certainly didn't feel like that because it's so hard. He makes it so tough. He keeps potting, finding ridiculous shots, and you just sense that he's going to miss in a minute, but he just never does. And he's such a great player. I mean, he's won this tournament, so to come out today and win was extra special.
I actually thought I was rubbish all the way through the match. I think I was lucky to get out 6-3 because Ali played well today, but if he had played anything like that yesterday, he'd have won the match 10-3. I mean, you've only got to look at, I've been in the balls constantly yesterday and constantly today, and I've had one break over 50, so I've certainly not played well.
But it was brilliant stuff from Ali Carter. More action to come now from the first round. Kyron Wilson of England has reached the quarterfinals here at the Crucible for the past 2 years. He was looking to dump out a former runner-up in Wales's Matthew Stevens. He led 7-2 overnight, finishing off yesterday's evening session with a century break. So we joined it at the start of the match this evening. Commentary from John Parrott and John Fugo.
Matthew Stevens gets the second session of this first round match underway. Possible 10 frames to play, and he wouldn't mind playing all of them. Trailing by 5 frames. Not the return he wanted to the Crucible. Such a fine player, Matthew. But one of the up-and-coming young guns, Kyron Wilson. There was no hand up to, well, there's a hand up to apologise now. I don't know if it was for the plant or the flick on the yellow.
I don't know, John, but never did me any favours when he put the hand up. I still was sick as a chip.
Well, a little bit closer to the cushion for comfort. Digging down, you've got to find the centre of the cue ball.
4.
Excellent cueing, but I'm not surprised about that. He's very much a disciple of that. You see him practicing on the practice tables at the back. You see him doing lots of straight cueing routines. And it's pretty straight at the best of times. You had a lot of amateurs, John. They always say to you, how do you play with side and this, that, and you say, look, leave it as much as possible. Even these boys here, they're trying to use as little side as possible.
11.
Makes the game and the pot so much more difficult. And if you can just cue through the middle of the white in a straight manner, you'll be a match for anybody. He's done very well in the last few years on the circuit as Kyron. Much improved. The experience of the match play and playing against the best players in the world has seen him make a rise up the rankings, and if you get him in the draw, you know you're in for a tough game.
Didn't get into those reds as he liked. Didn't really want to catch that red immediately above the black, and particularly not full ball. May still have this red to the far corner, but he was looking for something easier. Oh, good solid shot.
Yeah, good example that, wasn't it, of that cueing we were talking about. Straight through the ball, beautifully. Just managed to win the one ranking event so far. 2015 Shanghai Masters, where I think he beat Judd Trump in the final, but there'll be more tournaments to come. He's too good a player, and that has worked out beautifully. Right in the gap.
27.
Plays the screw shot then, just that second cannon on the red, and has left him a lovely little straight red in the corner. Certainly was a handy fluke at the start of this break.
28. 36.
How is he this time? Because he keeps coming straight on the black
43.
and playing this deep screw off the side cushion. He was fortunate to be on one before, and looking at his body language, he might not be on this red.
Yeah, the referee is called touching ball. So obviously the one that he is touching cannot move when he plays this shot, or it will be a foul. Can he see that, John?
Well, looking from behind the pocket, it looks as though he can. But that red is touching. If that moves, as you say, it's a foul. It's declared a push shot.
He can certainly pot that with a bit of side, couldn't he? If he's not totally sure of it, he can play it with a little tracer right-hand side and flick it, which it looks like he is.
Referee having a good close look.
44.
Yeah, no problem.
And you can see his cue in there, just lined up slightly on the right-hand side of the cue ball, just flicked a little bit of side on it. He's certainly out of the blocks very quickly this evening. I want to get this match over with.
51.
Lovely lead of 7-2. If he can win this with the first 3 frames this evening, 10-2 would be great, because you don't get paid for overtime in this sport. And if he's going to stay in this tournament for a long time, conserve as much petrol as you can.
Yeah, as a former colleague of ours once named this great championship here at the Crucible, Clive Everton, a marathon of the mind. And I couldn't have put it better myself. In fact, I use it myself.
59.
Yeah, I didn't really subscribe to that one myself when players used to go, oh, it's great to come through a 10-9. I'd sooner come through a 10-3.
Well, not done a lot wrong. I mean, that we could call it a plant. And maybe Kyron did have a look at it, but there was no way he could guarantee that. But it was a flick on the yellow that left him on the colour that has kept Matthew in his seat, and he's fearing that he won't get back to the table with a chance now, because
66.
all that Kyron needs is this black, and Matthew will need 2 snookers.
$73. $74.
One yellow, one blue, and the rest are blacks.
Yeah, he finished off the session yesterday in an impressive style.
79.
Breaks of 94, 65 and 126 to go from 4-2 to 7-2, so pretty good in the scoring department. You won't be winning this tournament if you can't score, so that's always boding well for him.
$87. $88.
So just a red and a black or a pink for the 13th century of the championship so far.
95.
Flawless. Never looked in any doubt. Okay, there was a couple of times when he came straight on the black, but you could have said he'd have been unlucky if he hadn't been on a red. And he's taken these really well. Taking the blues, a possible 1-3-4, the highest break of the tournament so far, which I don't think it'll last, is a 1-3-7 from Sean Murphy, but it's usually up in the 140s. And there's Matthew, with lots to think about. His opponent now is only 2 frames away from victory. It's been done though. It has been done.
116.
Just trying to play a little bit of an exhibition shot there. Wasn't fooling me. I knew it wasn't going in.
Yeah, you didn't say it, but I tell you what, he'll do well to pot this one. Did I say before he cues straight, John? What a pot that was.
Never mind the pink. We'll have a look at a replay of that blue a few times in the championship, I'm certain. He's now 6 frames ahead, Kyron Wilson, 8-2.
Brilliant stuff from Kyron. Well, they shared the next 2 frames, and Wilson made it an early night in the 13th frame to book his place in the second round. In fact, Wilson was the only top 16 player to take a lead in the first session yesterday. That is a sure sign he is here to do the business at the Crucible Theatre after the heartbreak of losing the Masters final to Mark Allen in January at Alexandra Palace.
A very flattering scoreline against, you know, a very classy player. I feel like I did most of the damage in the first session. You know, at 3-1 we were both struggling, but after the interval I came out quite strongly, made a good few breaks and took the game by the scruff of the neck.
Wilson awaits the winner of Sean Murphy v Jamie Jones. Murphy led 4-1 and 5-2, but Jamie took the last 2 of the session with breaks of 94 and 114. And this morning, Mark Allen took a 6-3 lead over debutant Liam Highfield. They play to a conclusion tomorrow morning with the winner facing Mark Selby's conqueror, Joe Perry, in the last 16. Sadly, no fight back for Marco Fu, who hasn't played since the Masters at Ali Pali because of eye problems. He was beaten comprehensively by the Crucible debutant Liu Haiyushen of China by 10 frames to 5. A very disappointing Crucible performance from Marco Fu. And that is it from us for now for the highlights. But Snooker Extra follows this programme with extended highlights of that match between Mark Allen and Liam Highfield. And then we are back with you live here on BBC Two with the conclusion of that match. And you can also catch action on the red button. Barry Hawkins, 2013 Crucible runner-up, taking on Stuart Carrington. And the conclusion of Sean Murphy against Jamie Jones with Hazel live on BBC Two at 1 o'clock. Thank you for watching. Good night.